silver surfers ride, touching the sky. Morning sun's lighting up the ocean blue. Board in hand, that's all we wanna do. Every swell's a thrill, every ride's a dream. We glide on the water, life's a perfect theme. With the spray in our faces and laughter in the air, we're the kings of the coast, with style and flair. Langland silver surfers riding all day, chasing the tides come what may. Sunset time brings parties and fun. Under the stars we shine like the sun. Surfing all day, partying all night, love in the morning light. Oh, what a sight.
I can't put my volume to 0 apparently. That's what it's telling me.
Why?
I don't know. It doesn't like it. I wasn't trying to put it 0. I tried to put it down, but it went to 0. And it said, no way. Well, you were stopped mid-flow then, Con. I think just as you were getting into your stride.
Yeah, it was not as well there.
You can edit it back in. I think you said, was it? I did write it down.
Yeah.
Don't think that surfboard is. You were saying about the foams were done and they were just sanding them.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because what the big thing became for a while, it still is. A lot of shapers use it. Is a shape machine, which is a CC machine, which you put your design into a computer, and then the computer controls the board. You just put your blank on the stands, and it cuts it out for you, which is quite nice if you're into doing that. But I've never used one. I wouldn't use one. I'm hand shaper, and a lot of people are going back to find hand shapers now because all the boards are the same, and they're not exactly
the modern way.
Yeah, it was. They were coming out of China, the whole board industry was going downhill because there were so many boards coming out of China. You got 15-year-olds fucking just sanding them off as they come out the shape machine. They glassed by fucking machines. They sanded by machines and then come out and they're totally fucked boards, basically. Well, they'd ride for a bit, but they'd fall to pieces.
Can I don't know if you heard me when I said it. Can you do a 3D print of a board?
Yeah. Yeah.
Made out of whatever they make from plastic, I suppose, whatever the material is.
Yeah, I should imagine so. Yeah.
I can imagine they could do that and make it absolutely 100% aerodynamically. Oh, it's not aerodynamically, whatever it is in water. Perfect.
Aquadynamically.
Aquadynamically, yeah.
Is that a word?
If it isn't, it's a good word. It's a good word.
Yeah, it's aquadynamic, old chap.
Yeah,
but you can basically do that with the CC machine, because the Logistical I have, you just do whatever you want with it, basically. Yeah. I'll show you if you want to see it.
But they could experiment and put sort of little bits of turbulence and things in it, can't they? That can alter the sort of dynamics of the board, I suppose.
Well, what do you mean by
keeping like a smooth bit and a rough bit and a smooth bit and a rough bit?
It's funny you should say that, because there are there's a thing now called shark skins, which you coat the bottom of the board with a shark skin, this type stuff, and it's not shiny, it's not smooth, it's like the surface of a shark, but apparently it loosens the board up. It doesn't slow it down because it gives it a more, it makes a bubble around the board,
Yeah.
The skin traps the air, and then the air sticks to the board, so it glides on the air, in the air bubble.
Yeah.
So apparently, that's one of the.
It's quite often you see dolphin surfing, don't you?
Mm.
Yeah, other things surfing as well. I think you see seals sometimes surfing.
Killer whales as well.
Yeah, but they're not dynamically correct, are they? It's a bit like Bumblebee, really. But they seem to surf very, very well.
Yeah, but they got fins, haven't they?
Well, boards have got fins as well. But they hardly,
Exactly.
when you look at them, they hardly kick at all. You know, it's like a bird.
No, they use it. They're surfing the wave, you know.
Yeah. There's a very slight sort of adjustment, but basically they just go on that wave and
they
get there and just play
pick up the
sport.
energy of the wave, like a surfboard picks up the energy, or you pick up the energy of a wave and do exactly the same thing. And then they just doing slight adjustments underwater, and all of a sudden they just do a slight burst and out do an aerial sort of thing, you know?
Yeah, yeah. But they get enormous speed, don't they?
Yeah, oh, well, yeah.
But the point I was making, presumably their skin is probably perfect for the job or whatever you call it. But like dolphins don't have scales, do they?
No. Dolphins are smooth skin, sharks are sort of rough skins.
Yeah, but they must have blemishes on them and things like that.
Oh, yeah, for sure, you know.
It doesn't seem to affect them much.
No, I think they're quite powerful things, dolphins. I don't know if you've ever been near one. Yeah.
No, only when they're in a tank.
Mm.
Nearest I've been to a dolphin is a seal.
There was someone killed by a seal attack the other day. Where was that? Shit. I can't remember. Someone got savaged, killed by a fucking seal.
A seal or a sea lion?
A seal. It might have been a sea lion. A leopard seal, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Maybe a leopard seal, yeah.
Yeah, but apparently it was quite. Maybe it was Howard's friend.
Right.
Remember Howard got attacked by the seal, remember?
Yeah. No, no, it wasn't a seal. He got attacked by. He got attacked by. What's the birds that?
Oh, cormorants.
Cormorants, yeah.
All right, okay.
Kept attacking him, and I think it was his hat. He liked the colour of his hat because quite often we don't get attacked, but rooks come down and steal golf balls. They went through a time when they were particularly fond of yellow balls.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why, but I don't know what they ever did with them. They must have thought they were eggs, I suppose.
I suppose, yeah. Because it's big.
I suppose they took them away to peck and eat them.
Yeah. You used to bounce around the place afterwards, or what?
But sometimes you do find balls in the middle of the golf course and nobody's around. You think, how the hell did that get there?
Mm-hmm. Hey, Sam, all right?
I wonder if it was them.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be, eh? I find all stuff on my terrace that birds have dropped, you know. We got a lot of birds flying overhead, yeah?
Yeah.
And you find sort of thing. I found a frog once that was putrefied, you know.
All right.
It had obviously been hanging around somewhere in a gutter or something like that, and some bird had picked it up and thought, well, this isn't so good, so he dropped it, you know.
I found about 5 in my garden the other day when I was clearing up the leaves over from winter. They just sort of made their home in amongst the leaves, don't they? They think they're safe till I come along with my brush. Yeah.
There's a nice pair of fatigued garage doors you got there, Andrew, Michael.
Yeah, they're not mine. They're at Mumbo's Lifeboat House.
All right, down by the on the way to the pier.
Yeah.
Are they the ones against that little kind of cottagey thing on the right hand side?
That's it. Yeah.
Where they used to keep the longboat. So maybe they still do they?
No, they don't anymore. No.
So does that club exist now? They used to go out from there, didn't they?
Yeah, the rowing club isn't, but I think they're down in the yacht club because the longboats are there now by Verdi's.
Oh, the ones that are parked up on the hard standing.
Yeah, by the car park. Yeah.
Yeah, down the far end towards the other end.
Yeah.
But they don't look like the ones that used to go out from.
These are 4 and 6 man
That's right.
boats.
They used to
Well,
like-
the design's a bit sleeker now, isn't it? There's no room for a fishing net on it, that's for sure.
no room for what? Fishing nets?
No.
No, but I used to think they were something like the ones you used to see on the Thames. Maybe that was just an illusion. You know, the Oxford and Cambridge.
Yeah, they're not far off them, but they're not as flimsy.
Yeah,
Bit wider.
that's right. Because I noticed there's a couple of, well, at least one or two of ladies teams that go out, isn't there?
Yeah.
I know Stuart Pearson's wife, Nikki, is among them.
They still go out and practice. I think they go down as far as Oxford and back actually sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, they have a good run.
when the sea permits, like yeah.
Well, no, even against it because I don't know what speed they do, but they do. They're very fast.
Oh, I know. But I was saying, but if there's a bit of
you can't
if it's a
keep up
swell
with them with a
running,
bike.
you what?
You can't keep up with them with a bike, really.
No, but I was saying, if going down to Oxford, I wouldn't have thought they'd go down there when it's a bit of a big swell running, would they?
Well, yeah, because they enter competitions, and that's what they're up against. I think
Right.
it's challenging, I suppose. And there's a lot of competitions over in sort of in the North Sea and Ireland, around that way.
All right.
But, I think they go on to them. I'm sure I read about they went to somewhere strange. It was a weird place. It was like Carlisle or Northampton or somewhere like that.
Cardiff, perhaps.
It was a bit further up in Cardiff. Cardiff got a team, I believe.
Yeah.
Like, so I think Swansea something Ospreys or something, and Cardiff, I don't know, Blue something. Birds, is it? I think they're named after the same as a football team.
Sorry, I didn't make the first session. It's stuff to do.
It's
Yeah,
noted.
anybody else been on? I can see.
It's noted, Sam. It's noted.
what?
It's noted.
I noticed. I saw just before. Well, about an hour. You know, must have been about 6 o'clock. I saw you'd stuck up last week's, which I never get time to watch before. You know,
Yeah.
here, but I will. And whatever. Yeah, and while it's on the subject, read that tune of yours, Con. I kind of had a basic listen to it, and as regards to sort of getting it to me in format, I'm not sure. I know that there's this WAP, is it WAP? WAP file?
WAP file, yeah.
Yeah, or something like that.
WAV, W-A-V.
WAV, maybe WAV. Yeah.
I sent you an MP3 and a WAV file.
Right, so that's what's come up. So whatever I opened and played it on, it because I'm not down that far down the techno tube now of literally having something on my laptop, putting a USB in the side of it and transferring it to that, because that's what I need to do. Because then I could take the stick to the radio and say,
what you do, you open up your USB, okay? Make a new file. Right, go back to the music file that you have.
He's glazed over, Con.
Huh?
He's glazed over.
Yeah. And you click right, and you click right on the file, and it says save. It will say save as.
Yeah.
So you click
But I've never gone down even cut and paste.
Listen till I finished, okay? When you click save as, it will open up. It'll open up a pop-up with your desktop. So you find your file, you open your file, and you save it as that.
I'd have to do a step-by-step so that with somebody next to me going right.
If you want, Sam, we can do it one afternoon or one evening. I'll give it a little easier. It's very easy to do once you get it, you know. But if you don't, I know I didn't when I first started computers. I didn't know how to copy things, you know, and I was really pissed off that I couldn't copy them and save them. So didn't know I could do that, and then I finally asked someone, and they showed me. I thought, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's why this
He's not convinced, Con.
No, it's like when they done the radio station, they show me a how-to something. And I think, right, I said, where do I get the emails in on now? Because that screen's gone blank. It's got all the what's ons on it. And they say, oh, just go up here, look. And they point me to the little thing, click on that. And then when the other screen opens, click on that. And then go to that and click on it. I said, whoa, information overload. It's got to be something that you sit down next to somebody for a small amount of time and it's got to be something then you repeat to get it into your system,
Yeah.
so you know what. And if there's no,
If you want, Sam, I will do you a little demo.
not now. All right. Well,
Not now, and I'll send it to you on the messenger. Okay.
Yeah, right on. Okay.
Right on.
Oh, there is another way. Who's very good at this is Rob Pendry.
Ah,
If
yeah,
if he's around the studio the same time as you, just
Yeah.
pick his brain. She's very good.
yeah. Because there's a new girl started, does a show after me on a Saturday now. And she's never done any radio stuff, so I had to give her some basic training. Then she did her first show. She sat in with me on mine, watched me. Then the following week, she came in on the back end of mine, and then I sat with her while she did everything, you know. But when she came in for the first week, she just held up a USB stick. She said, "Oh, where do I put this?" I thought, "Oh, don't ask me." So there's a production studio next door where stuff like that is sort of done. I said, "Oh," well, she said, "I think I might have an idea." I said, "Well, if you're stuck, ring up this other guy who knows his way around. Maybe he can talk you through it when you're in there." So she did that. She sort of found her way a little bit, and then the other guy on the phone talked her through it. So what she'd done, she'd saved all the songs she wanted to use on her program to a USB stick. Then she came in, transferred them onto the files readily available at the radio.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I most likely could do that because I use half the stuff that's on the system at the radio and half the stuff I've got set up on this, my laptop. That's my library. So I suppose, in theory, I could bang a USB stick in, tap in a little list of all the songs I want to use, transfer them to the USB, take it down there, load them all onto the system. But that's, I mean, it's not really faff, but I do plan my show and the tracks I'm going to play. But when I'm in the studio, it's live. So if I get inspiration for something right there and then, I either want to lift it off my laptop if I got it, go search for it via Spotify to play it if it isn't on the system, and not actually, put each show that I'm going to play onto the USB or whatever. But I suppose if I learned how to do it, it might be an alternative and an option, you know.
It's not computer science.
Yeah.
It's not
Rocket science.
It's rocket science. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. No computer science now. Yeah. That was a Freudian slip.
Hey, I suppose you popped along to the train thing yesterday, Michael?
Yeah.
Being mad about mumbles?
And, yeah, it was good.
Oh, that's right, because I looked at that picture of a big sort of art thing of the front of the Mumbles train. I thought, that I didn't realise until I zoomed in that it was one of those little things with a hole. So you could stand in there and have your face pretending to drive the train.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it was your face.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
I missed it all. I gave it a plug on the radio, but I didn't see it until I drove past there then at about maybe 4:30, bit later. There were ladies taking in the signs on the side of the road.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, all gone. About 4:45 finished. Yeah. It was good. Good turnout.
So was it, apart from all the exhibitors and the people who were doing little stalls and stands, were there much Joe public along there?
Yeah. You had all the people who were walking past. Because it was a nice sunny day. So I would estimate there must have been probably over 1,000 people. I would have thought came in and out, sort of thing.
Great. Yeah, because I looked at the dates and I was on the radio there and I said, "Oh, don't forget to go down, blah blah blah." But I said, looks like there could be a big one coming up in a couple of years' time, because in a couple of years' time, about 2 or 3 years' time, it would hit the 200 years mark since it started.
Well, I suggested that she has a triannual one in Swansea by the tram shed, one in Blackpool, and one in Mumbles.
What, an annual one, just every year?
Triannual, 3 times a year.
But every year?
Yeah. Because I think different people in different places. Blackpool is a terrible place to get to and park at the moment. You know,
how would they do that down in Russell Street then?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Con. I parked in the car park for 5 hours and it was £9.
Jesus Christ.
You know,
Which car park? The one with the woodman?
No, further along. That
Further
was
down.
full because everybody went in there.
Yeah.
And not the Beaufort. You don't mean the Beaufort. You mean the
Woodman.
Woodman. Yeah. Yeah. And you do get fined there if you park in the Woodman car park and not the other bit.
Yeah. So you did use the woodman one, but the one which is
No,
like,
I used the one further down, just past
further
where
down.
the old bridge would
where the
be.
chap in the box coffee thing is.
Well, yeah, that's the one. Yeah. But do you know what was encouraging was all the people who had so much knowledge about Mumbles Train.
Oh yeah.
You know, they had fantastic knowledge. There was guys speaking about it, and he was saying all these things. And also, funny enough, there was some people there did beach combing, and the stuff they found on Swansea Beach was incredible. You wouldn't believe some of the stuff they found there.
The odd bum.
From arrowheads down to sort of bits of pottery to bits from the Mumbles Train. One guy had this. I thought it was one of these, these jar stoppers. The brown big jar things. You get ceramic stoppers, and it looked like that with the thread in it. And I said, "Oh, that must be a big jar." He said, "No, that's from one of the pylons. It was one of the ceramic sort of
Conductor thing.
whatever they call it that they use on there." Yeah, but you see it on the beach, you wouldn't pay any attention to it. But they mess with our eyes like shit house rats to pick these things up, because some of those things are really small, like the arrowheads were very small.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, so it was good.
How was that funded then, Mike? Who pays for all that, or what?
Well, it was a Mumbles Train Association, and I think they got a grant from either Swansea Council, Wales Government.
Yeah. Did people have to pay to go in then to see all the stuff?
No, it was all free.
Yeah.
I mean, like we went, all the people on the stores just went down there just to sort of support it, really.
Yeah.
But they support it, but also they showing what they do as well, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So they had a couple of bands there, and there's a lot of exhibitions about sort of Mumbles Train and trains and things like that. There was a bus there from that you'd remember that you went to school on with the stubs.
Talking about those buses,
The
73 or the 74 I went to school on.
Huh?
The 73 or the 74, I think it was.
Yeah,
so,
it was just
73 to Pont Lassie.
Do you know, if you remember, when you used to go up the steps, just you got to the top, there's like two single seats
Yeah.
next to each other, that nobody sat on.
Yeah.
It was just strange to see them like that.
Talking about the buses, I was just went out for a little ride on the bike the other day, and I had to go from Langland up to Bishopston, and that road that runs, if you come past the Plough and Harrow on the bend and you're heading then towards Pyle Corner, there's a narrow bit there with hedges either side. There's no room for two vehicles to pass, and I always remember the double-decker bus going along there, and you think that would only just fit. But the double-decker bus, that was part of its route along that road, down Pyle Corner, up into Bishopston,
Yeah, that was why they changed all the double deckers into single deckers, because they got fed up of having to cut all the trees, didn't they?
Yeah. Double deckers.
That was Dave on the bus. Oh, where's he gone? Dave on the bus.
He was everywhere, wasn't he? You had him on the tracks and everywhere.
He was all over. Oh. Yeah, you had a good day out.
Do you feel
I
well?
wish I had one of them when I was 17 or 18. They're like a honeypot. You could have taken to the rank, and I would have been overrun. Or Cinderellas, or any other.
What some people might say
Well, you
is
didn't need anything in there.
something magnet, Mike.
Eh?
Something magnet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's good. What the worst thing is, I know this must happen to you, Sam. When I'm standing there and somebody says, they come up, all see you, and say, "Are you Mike Eames?" I thought, "Yeah, Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, you don't know what's coming next, do you?
Yeah.
Luckily, it's all been good, but I'm waiting for the bad one to come. One day it will come.
Oh, I had somebody. I was picking up a load of old CDs. Somebody was disposing of. So I had a phone call from my brother, who lives up in Slough, and he's on this kind of free cycle thing. They shift things around rather than tip them, whatever. And so Alan got in touch with me. He said, "Oh, he said, I just come off the radio, and he'd rang about 11 o'clock, and this place to pick up was in Manalaid." I said, "Oh, okay, I can get over there now." So I went over to pick them all up, and the guy gave me his address for the time I found it. So he came out, and I picked them all up, put them in the van, and as I was leaving, there was that little. He said, "Do you used to be?" I thought, is it DJ? And he said, "Sam," and I could see he was clutching for whatever. So I just poked him, and he said, "Ah, that's right, yeah, Plastic Sam." He said,
You bastard.
he never actually went to many places I've been. I said, "Oh, give me a period. I'll say when, where it was. Give me a decade, 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever." So he said, "Well, I'm 53 now." So I thought, "Oh, you can't go back far then, So that only knocks him back to the to the 80s, whatever. And so he said, "Oh, what was that place down in?" He did say something about Mumbles, and I said, he said, "Were you in Cinderella's?" I said, "Well, yeah, but before it was Cinderella's, it was the pier when I worked there, before it changed to Cinderella's. I think I might have done a couple of things." And then thinking back, he was more likely thinking of Neptune's, Grace of the Bay. But he said, "No, but I didn't." He said, I didn't meet you." He said, "But everybody knew you."
Well, they would do, wouldn't they? Everybody remembers you, Sam.
Yeah, I was. I said, "Yeah." I said, I think I've done an okay job on my PR. I said, even if people don't know me, they usually have heard of me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so so I've yet to go through the CDs. My brother said, "Oh, there's a lot of jazz in there," which is what Alan is into. So I'll just go through them all and see what's there.
You're just making me think now when Neptune's closed.
Oh, it's a disaster.
When what?
When Neptune's
When
actually closed. That must have been in the 80s, mustn't it?
Well, no. Well, my period for working there, I had two spasms. One was about maybe mid-80s, maybe about
I hope you
80,
didn't have two spasms.
86, 86.
I would
I
say
hope he didn't have
more
two
than
spasms.
90.
Two period. Yeah, maybe 85, 86. Then I must have gone back there about 90, 91. Because first of all, it was they had that little bar in the front, which they called something. Is it
Bamboo.
the Andrew Benbow, which is a very mock Tudor little thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did a jobby on the other part, and I think the Neptunes thing was born. So I went there a couple of times.
It used to be a classic, Sunday
Sunday night.
happy hour. Like
Where was that then? Where was Neptune's?
Well, where the what's it called now? Rocks or something?
Rock, with the rock.
in the car park in Bracelet.
Castlemar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I reckon it was open in 91 or 92 because I came up with my daughter's mother, and I took her there. I said, "Look," and she loved it, Bloody French. She got all the attention, of course.
Yeah.
She was good looking as well.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la! Well, she loved it. She didn't want to leave, Bloody hell.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was about 90.
That's what a real British discotheque is like. I said, "No, that's a Welsh one." It's special, don't worry.
Yeah. So I was still working, I think, Ritchie in Central Park there. So I used to do Neptunes on a Sunday. And prior to that, I think I was also working Martha's, which would have been the mid-80s, So I had two sessions because the girl down there was, I got on well with her parents, Idris and Rose. But it was, what's her name now? Begins with an L. What's their daughter's name?
Oh, Jesus.
Lisa?
La la la
Lisa,
la, la.
Lisa. Yeah, definitely Lisa.
I think she does something to do with dog care. That's her kind of
Yeah.
her
But
forte.
she's still around because Jane Arlene from Barbados
Mm.
was always is always online to her, so she's still around. Somewhere, but Jane
Yeah.
worked in Bembos, and she
Oh.
became my girlfriend then.
When
So
you said about Barbados and Jane, there was a Jane who I think went out there because her older brother went there first of all, John Borstal, and Jane was his younger sister. Jane, I think it was Borstal or something like that, and he went out
no,
there.
no,
Years
Jane worked in Neptunes or Bembos. Was a Bayesian, her family was well stuck in Bayesian, you know.
ago.
But she, a great place on the beach. And
Yeah,
the coast of Barbados, just up from Bathsheba. Used to
yeah,
spend every winter there. It was bloody brilliant.
yeah. Barbados. So I think. I went down to the. You might have noticed from my posts. I think it was Thursday. Um, Whenever the thing about the oiling was, that's right. It was supposed to be Wednesday. I knew I couldn't make it in the end because Kim had an appointment in hospital, but it turned out it wasn't a Wednesday viewer. So the following day, I was going down for a cuppa in the bar, and I thought, right, parked up. So instead of walking out to the point with Bella, I went the other way and we walked across the roller sled and up to the bench there. And that's when I took the pickings that I put up on there. So as I said, there weren't so much cracks in the timber. It's where the gaps are, where he's joined the bits of timber together. Because in theory, it looks like it's just one lump. But if you go around the back, you can see where he's joined the lumps together, and actually where the joins are, that's where they're coming apart. So it's not actual cracks in each piece. They're appearing to be gaps where it's shrinking and swelling and shrinking and swelling. So I mean, I'm not sure if that's what oak or timber does when it gets weathered, it shrinks and swells. So I mean, will it expand again in another? You don't think
So
so?
when it shrinks, it shrinks. It doesn't normally
Is it?
expand.
Yeah,
Obviously,
So
if it's
it
saturated.
just shrinks and cracks over
Yeah.
a period of time,
yeah,
depending on how old it is.
yeah,
I mean, that's why I said you normally do it with a flexible filler, which will sort of move with them. If you put bits of wood in there or something, it'll just pull away from them. But
yeah. Because immediately when that came up, I popped into town, went to Swansea Timber and Bly, went in. I said, I'm on the scavenge, or I'm on the moot for something. And so the guy behind the counter, and I go there quite a bit. And the guy who's sort of in charge, he's Polish or German or something. And so he said, okay. I explained to him what I was after and why. He went out into the back and he came back out with a piece of oak about 2 foot long, about an inch thick, 8 inches wide. I said, that'd be fantastic. I'm sure I haven't looked at the job yet, but I'm sure I can cut some whatever's needed from that. So I said, thanks a lot. I'm off out the door. And he said, but you got to pay me for it. I said, and the other guy behind the counter looked at me. I said, right. Lost in translation there, was it? He didn't get my gist on I'm on the mooch, I'm on the scavenge. It wasn't in his language, you know. Right. So he said, okay. So off he went, and he came back then with another piece, which was 20 inches long, maybe, quarter of an inch thick, an inch wide, you know. I said, well, that could do it. I said, that'd be fantastic. Thanks a lot. So he was happy to let me go with this little strip,
well,
which he priced up. I said, what would that be if you sold it to me? So I think the bid he gave me would have been about £4 or £5, that little strip he gave me.
Amazing.
So the bit I almost walked out with was more likely about £20-30 worth, whatever.
it's only scrap.
Yeah, but when you say the word, I'm looking for an offcut,
Yeah.
I imagine going to the workshop, if you've been using a bit, anything fall off on the side, in the basket, show me what you've got. But when it's like expensive timber like that, Even if they have a strip which is only a foot or two long by a little bit, it goes into a little rack, you know.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
So offcuts doesn't really exist.
Sorry, according to this, it said that Neptune's closed in 2015 and reopened as the Lobster Shack. I don't remember the Lobster Shack.
Well, wait a minute. No,
Neptunes. Which Neptunes is that? It's probably in
no,
Brighton
because
or somewhere.
Castlemara have been operating for at least 20 odd years.
Yeah.
So Neptunes wouldn't have been in Castlemara.
No. I would have said it was around about 1990 something or other, 95.
Yeah, it just shows you can't trust. That came from Wales Online, actually.
Oh, bloody hell. Okay.
Yeah, was there another one though?
No, I don't think there was another Neptune in Swansea, was there?
No.
But that Wales Online story, where it was an article centered around Cinderella's and other clubs of the time, because that's where that picture that comes up every now and then online of me with my white suit on and my top hat. I'm actually. They're saying, "Oh, this is Palstic Sam behind his decks in Cinderella's," and I thought, why spoil a story with the truth? So I said, "Yeah, okay." That photograph was me in the Langland Bay, and the man had his ball about 1976, 75. Not to Cinderella's, but they were quoting DJs who worked there, and I think they might have mentioned also Neptunes and Rockin' Roy, you know.
I think it was 1995 it closed.
Yeah, that would have been about it.
Yeah.
Because it had a resurgence about the late 80s when there was a company that they're still operating now, Thomas Parry. They were very into, it was a yuppie days, Sloan's, you know, the nightclub. Like when everybody was having this really top spec fit out of cafes, bars, restaurants, nightclubs. And it was all bit of marble here, sophisticated lighting rig, you know, the deco was this. And Neptunes had a Mumbles equivalent of that they've been doing everywhere.
It was a grunge, a grunge place. It was great, Neptunes. It was brilliant.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well. And I remember Idris used to say to me at the end of the night, "Oh, have a little drink, Sam." I said, "No, I don't really." "Oh, have a whiskey." I said, "No, I don't know whiskey." I said, and I mentioned a couple of things. "Oh, I know what you'd like." He said, and he reached down off his top shelf and pulled down this bottle of stuff, which obviously it didn't move well. And I had it with a little bit of lemonade. Oh, and I think it's called Glava. It's a kind of whiskey, but it's quite smooth and sweet. I think it's Glava, something like that.
This is your one, isn't it?
Oh, well, where was that then?
That's your one with your white thing and your top hat on.
Well, no, that badge wouldn't have existed then. That's from, where do you get that from?
Oh, I can't remember
That
now.
badge, because the funny thing is, when I was in Tycho on Thursday, one of the girls, it took me a while to notice, she's wearing this T-shirt, and she wondered how long it would take me to notice what she was wearing. And the T-shirt was the T-shirt which was my name, which was in the Roger Dean style. So it's Palstic Sam, Sunshine Music Maker, very sort of, do you remember the Yes albums?
Yeah.
Well, all that writing, Harold, my friend, John Latham, he created all that for me, and that one with the red cap. So he did about 1973, he did one for me, which was very Bieber style, very Art Nouveau design. And then the next year, he did this Roger Dean thing. And the following year, he came up with the profile with the red cap. So that T-shirt with the sweepy, and on the back side of it, it used to say, "Catch the music at a boogie bus stop," following by. So that was on the back of the shirt. So that shirt was best part of, I think it's about 75. So that shirt's 50 years old. And I'm going to use it to put up on my page to sort of say, oh, guess the age of this shirt. Are we off? Less than a minute. Yeah, that's
A few seconds left, guys.
yeah. See that? That's the way the Langland Bay.
Living for moments, whatever it takes. Langland silver surfers riding all day, chasing the tides come what may. Sunset time brings parties and fun. Under the stars we shine like the sun. Surfing all day, partying all night, love in the morning light. Oh, what a sight. Oh, what a sight. With a wage to our crew, our laughter and dreams. With Langland's beauty, life's better than it seems. We'll ride every wave till the end of time. Langland silver surfers forever will shine.